I'm Chuck Todd. Up next on Hotline TV, Obama and Hillary both went to church this past Sunday in Selma, but which one will win not just the Alabama primary, the African American primary?
And I'm John Mercurio. Chuck, what are you still doing here?
I'm trying to leave, trust me.
We see parents who dream big, of honor students and artists. By supporting programs that help children learn, we help parents watch their dreams come true.
From the Watergate building in Washington, this is Hotline TV. Now here are Hotline editors Chuck Todd and John Mercurio.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm John Mercurio.
And I'm Chuck Todd. This past Sunday, Democratic presidential candidate Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton went to churches mere blocks from each other to court the all-important African-American vote. Then, of course, participated in the Selma reenactment march. John, who came out the big winner?
I hate to bring out my trademark move. But come on, you know it's true. You know it's true. You know it's true. We're all
Good
watching
thing you went
Hillary
drinking
Clinton.
today. You went drinking today because your hand is held steadier. If you hadn't been drinking, you wouldn't be as steady handed.
Well, it's hereditary.
So
it's
that's
genetic.
your Hillary.
It's genetic.
That's
This is
Hillary.
Look, no, it's all about expectations. I think everybody expected this is an African American candidate with great, incredible oratorical skills going down campaigning in a black church. You have to expect he's going to be more comfortable, and he was. But I think the fact that Hillary Clinton was even there, you have to remember what the context is. He was invited down there. For a while, it looked as though he was actually going to do this alone. The fact that she was there and actually made this into a Hillary versus Obama storyline, I think, actually shows that in some ways she was able to mitigate what could have been a pretty big win. This could have been a coming out party for Barack Obama in Selma, Alabama.
Or
he could
do you
have
look at it,
sealed the deal with black voters, and instead it was
making them work.
It was a story about the struggle and the fight for black voters.
Or do you square the circle and you look at it the other way and say, geez, look at how panicked she is. She is allowing Barack Obama to decide her schedule. She is allowing her to define her campaign. She is allowing him to decide when to bring Bill Clinton with her. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, he certainly seems to be the guy calling the shots of the campaign confrontations.
I don't necessarily think that he is calling the shots, but I do think, at least on this one weekend, black voters were calling the shots, and they're calling the shots primarily because she's in a struggle for black voters with him. Look, she's not following him to Ames, Iowa. She's not following him to, Columbus, Ohio. She
did follow him in the race, though. She did follow him in the race. It seemed like suddenly 3 days later. I'm just saying.
He also changed his schedule, though, when he found out that she was coming down. He decided to stay overnight.
Stay overnight, make sure he's there earlier, and all
but
that stuff. Look, I still think this has always been. This is an argument we're having over a ridiculous point. Barack Obama's going to get 70% of the black vote when all's said and done in these primaries. I'm convinced of it, and I think sometimes now, is the plan to make sure he has to work harder and spend more time making sure everybody knows he has to work hard for the black vote, and then therefore that's a distraction while he's trying to win white women too, and then it leaves her more open? I don't know. Right. Maybe that's the strategy. Short term, though, it feels like the Clintons are spending way too much time on this. The media is spending too much time on this, when in reality, if Obama is one of the is as strong as everybody thinks he's going to be in 6 months, well, the black vote's naturally going to go to him, like we've seen in every major contested race featuring black candidates.
A viable black candidate.
A viable black candidate.
I think the comparison between two members of the House who have gotten behind different candidates in this race are sort of interesting. Both of them, I think, actually no, Charlie Rangel wasn't in Alabama this weekend, but Charlie Rangel this weekend finally, after a long deliberation, decided to get behind Hillary Clinton.
Sure,
but his
did what he had to
endorsement
do.
of Hillary Clinton, he's the dean of the North, he basically rationalized it by saying, I'm the dean of the New York State delegation, I have to get behind our home girl.
She's my favorite daughter.
But then he goes on to talk about how great Barack Obama is, how talented he is, how young he is, how enthusiastic he is for the Obama campaign. The comparison, though, is to Artur Davis, who's strongly behind the Barack Obama campaign and has no problem attacking Hillary Clinton. So I think that the sort of what you see, I think, among the black members, black politicians who are supporting Hillary, is that there's still a lot of enthusiasm within that group for Obama, but the enthusiasm for Hillary within the Obama campaign is not.
Going back to Rangel, I thought it was fascinating. Rangel wanted to make sure people know that he encouraged Obama to get in the race, and that he said, "This is your time. Even if you don't make it, you gotta go. Go for it. You got to do it." It was sort of like, wow, that's the best non-endorsement Obama is going to get,
and that's what he's going to get.
Here's what I want to see. I want to see working black women, active working black women, Democratic primary voters. That I'm actually fascinated to see what's going to be the bigger pull, electing the first woman president or electing the first black president. And that's I'd like to see the media studying that. Oversample black women. Let's go at that. That's interesting to me.
You know, and frankly, just off the top of my head, what really has to drive that kind of question is what sort of options there are. If you take Hillary and Obama out of the equation, what sort of options do those different groups have? If Obama and Hillary weren't running this year, who would be the first woman versus who would be the first African American president? You have to imagine the first woman is more, you know, sort of in line, or sort of next in line, I think, than the next black candidate.
It's an interesting way of looking at it.
All right, that'll do it for today. Tune in tomorrow for a review of Mitt Romney's performance at CPAC.
For HotlineTV, you're still
John Mercurio, and you're still here, unfortunately.
I'm still Chuck Todd. We'll see you tomorrow just for a couple of more days. HotlineTV.